Here's a look ahead.
I want to marry Hope.
I'm sure there's a million other things you could be doing.
There's nowhere else I'd rather be.
What happens to Joe Giardino? Stays at old Giardino.
All right.
Luna isn't here. Well, where would she go?
The soap kept Hope Logan, Annika Noel, on a steady pace since Thomas Forrester, Matthew Atkinson, left LA. Up until now, she made little mention of the partner with whom she shared lust-filled afternoons. But this week on Bold and the Beautiful, Thomas becomes Hope's theme. She's not letting go of how Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, destroyed her happiness by chasing him away. Next, she watches as Steffi interferes with Deacon Sharp, Sean Cannon, and Sheila Carter's Kimberlyn Brown wedding. Plus, one of the reasons she refused to marry Thomas was because she was newly divorced and not quite over her ex-husband. But if she needed a push to get over Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton, she'll soon have it. Watching the Spencer son in action next week could help her do that. One good look at Liam sends hope to Thomas. Bold and the Beautiful spoilers have Liam acting like Steffi's puppet next week. Steffi pulls the strings, so he steps in to ask Hope to back off Finn. This could be enough to send her running to get Thomas Forrester back home. One good look at Liam jumping through hoops for Steffi next week could change her mind. And she may find herself ready to become Thomas's wife. Number 2 B&B predictions. Hope for the future falters. Hope for the future picked itself up and started on its way to success, once again after Thomas Forrester left. But that was before Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada, slept with the Forrester cousins. They just happened to be the two lead designers of this line. So, it looks like R.J. Forrester, Joshua Hoffman, and Zen Forrester, Delon DeMetz, won't last working together. So, if one must go, you can bet that's Zen. But R.J. doesn't have the experience to pull this off without help. So, Thomas Forrester's expertise is likely needed. Zen could take Thomas's place in their overseas FC division, and Thomas could return to save the HFTF line, which is something he did once before. So, this is one way for Bold and the Beautiful to explain Thomas Forrester's return. Number 3 Bold and the Beautiful predictions. Thomas can't shake off hope. Thomas Forrester gave it his all, hoping that time away would help him forget. But maybe he returns to Bold and the Beautiful as a man who decided to take Hope Logan any way he can have her. His sister helped whisk him away without much thought on his part. Maybe he realizes that what he had with the Logan daughter was real happiness. Besides, she didn't say she would never marry him. She just wanted more time. So, if Thomas was miserable without her, he may come home with a different tune. Thomas Forrester may tell the love of his life to take all the time she needs before answering his proposal this time around on the CBS soap. Head back to Soap Dirt for the latest Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. The Bold and the Beautiful enters another exciting week with Ashley Brewer reprising her role as Ivy Forrester on Tuesday, April 30th. Her return marks the first appearance of the character since February 2018. Ivy's comeback has been hinted at involving her own jewelry and clothing line developed in her native Australia. Alongside this, Ivy's romantic interests may once again stir the pot, particularly with the now single Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton. The CBS soap opera also teases appearances from Clint Howard as a homeless man named Tom and Juliet Vega, stepdaughter of Sean Cannon, known for his role as Deacon Sharp. Show spoilers suggest that these characters will play significant roles in the unfolding mystery surrounding Sheila Carter, Kimberlyn Brown. Additionally, the fate of Sheila Carter remains uncertain as Deacon Sharp and Finn, Tanner Novlin, continue their search for her. The storyline has been stretched out and may not reach its climax until the middle of the sweeps. The show also hints at the possible return of Thomas Forrester, Matthew Atkinson, and Douglas Forrester, Henry Joseph Samory, as well as a potential reconciliation between Hope Logan, Annika Noel, and Thomas. In the midst of these developments, Ivy Forrester's return and the unraveling mystery of Sheila Carter's whereabouts promise to keep audiences on edge on Bold and Beautiful. Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for February sweeps find Thomas Forrester going after his dream as Xander Avant continues to threaten his future on the CBS Sudzer. Bold and the Beautiful February sweeps kicks off. We've got a very light serving of B&B February sweeps for you. The network's been pretty stingy with spoilers for what we expect to be big action next month. Sweeps in 2024 runs almost the full calendar month. It usually doesn't align that way, but that's what you can expect, which means it kicks off next week. So let's unpack what they gave us. Okay, so again, Sweeps starts Thursday, February 1st, and runs through Wednesday, February 28th, 2024. That's 20 episodes. It's not quite the full calendar month because it's leap year, so we have 29 days in February. And the last day will not be Sweeps. But we'll probably still be unwinding from Sweeps drama. I'll tell you the two storylines expected to consume most of next month. One is, you guessed it already, I'm sure, Thomas Forrester, Matthew Atkinson, and Hope Logan Annika Noel. I'm very excited about the Thomas and Hope Bold and the beautiful Sweeps spoilers. I think we all knew that the Thope relationship would take center stage during Sweeps. I think this next month will be make or break for them. With most of the other characters, aside from Douglas Forrester, Henry Samory, hoping they'll break. So, the spoiler says Thomas wants to make his and Hope's relationship official. But then Xander Avant, Adane Bradley, wreaks havoc on their newfound passion. They seem to be on a break from hitting the sheets while she mulls over her feelings about the Emma Barber, Nia Sue issue. But their dry spell ends in Sweeps because spoilers promise they make passionate love. That's great because their chemistry is electric. Xander on a mission on Bold, and the beautiful. Of course, Xander is not going to give up. But what's his endgame? Thomas cannot be arrested for what he did. Not only is the case closed, but any laws he broke are past the statute of limitations. So, there's nothing to be had there. The best Xander can hope for is to break up Thomas and Hope. She's still got that ring around her neck, and she's not even trying hard to hide it. I expect her to make a decision to put it on her fingers soon on Bold and the beautiful. And I wonder if that coincides with Xander coming out of the woodwork with fresh accusations. Plus, on February 19th, a leaked script shown in a video by Kimberlyn Brown, Sheila Carter, points to some new Emma scenes. Not that she's back from the dead. Emma Barber resurfaces. I expect possibly a newly filmed scene that will be a new flashback. Unless they show Thomas standing over her dead body with a pickaxe laughing like a madman, I can't imagine what it'll show. I mean, we saw the entirety of her death scene back in 2019 on Bold and the Beautiful. But clearly, it all comes to a head in February Sweeps 2024. I know the one thing Thope fans are really hoping for above all else is to hear Hope tell Thomas Forrester, I love you. And maybe she will, but will she still love him by the time Sweeps is over remains to be seen. Brad Bell spent a long time investing in the slow burn that is Thomas and Hope. And if he burns them down in Sweeps, I'm not sure he's going to like the fallout. Especially if he pushes RJ Forrester, Joshua Hoffman, and Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada, as the new IT couple.